Hi, this is Angela Breidenbach with the Christian Authors Network, and I have the joy of bringing on Miss Crystal Bowman, who is a children's author. And you write other stuff too, though, don't you? Besides children's books?
I write children's books. I write for Clubhouse Junior Magazine. I do their comic page. And I also write lyrics for children's piano music.
And I'm going to introduce Miss Crystal to my grandson, Piper.
Hi.
Piper.
And now, Crystal and I have been friends for a long time, and I'm the president of the Christian Authors Network, and Crystal is a member. And you can find information about Crystal Bowman at christianauthorsnetwork.com, and then you can either put /Crystal-Bowman and enter, or you can go to the author members page and you can click on her name and it'll take you right to her featured author page where you can see about her writing, her books, and what we stumbled on was her piano lyrics, which was really fun. And we were doing a lesson because I teach piano to 3 of my grandsons, which I call my boy cubs. So you are meeting boy cub 2. They get a number in order of their appearance into the family.
That's right.
We have boy cubs 1 through 7 and a guppy, only one girl. And so this is boy cub 2, and he's held that title for a few years and will always be boy cub 2.
That's right.
As we were going through piano, he outgrew my limited piano teaching skills. And so he has been going to a new piano teacher until the coronavirus stopped us. And so he came back to me. And he brought back this book with words by Crystal Bowman. And I went, wait, I think that's my friend.
I know her.
So we emailed and said, hey, is this you? And she said, yes. And Piper wanted to give you a little mini recital, if that's all right with you.
I would love that.
Okay, what song are you going to play for Miss Crystal?
I'm going to play Ice Cream.
And
Ice cream.
He's going to sing it, and we have to remind him to sing out because he loves playing. So, all right, and to get extra credit points with me, they have to sing.
Ice cream is my favorite food, so I'm not surprised that I wrote a song about ice cream.
They get extra credit points when they can play and sing. And those
Wonderful. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
What do the extra credit points get you, Piper?
When you get to 10 extra credit points, you get to have a big treat.
And that could be a game or an activity or a special treat. They get to pick it, but they have to get 10 extra credit points to get it.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So here we go. Introducing Boy Cub 2 on Ice Cream by Miss Crystal Bowman. Okay,
that was so cool.
He wants to show you his speedy version.
Okay, let's do it. Wow, very good.
He has a lot of fun with those things, and he does really well memorizing, but yeah.
If they're short songs.
That is really cool.
What's your favorite part about Miss Crystal's song?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, that's all
You
right.
just like the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
What kinds of books do you write that Piper and his brothers might enjoy?
Well, most of my books are for younger boys and girls, for preschoolers, and
ooh, that would be Boy Cub 6.
Yeah.
Board books and picture books, but I have a book, it's called Our Daily Bread for Kids, and it's a 365 devotional for boys and girls ages 6 to 12. So you're right in the middle of that. And it's like one for every day of the week. You can either read it yourself or read it with your family. And what so many of the kids like is at the end of each devotion, it has a fun fact, and it'll tell you some kind of fun trivia. And so anyway, it's it's been out now for 5 years and it's still going strong. And we're getting a lot of positive feedback from families that they like that it's very biblical, but yet it's still contemporary. And the kids enjoy it, and the parents enjoy that it's traditionally, it has the biblical message, but yet it's still contemporary and fun for kids. So I wrote it with my daughter. Her name is Terry McKinley, and she has two little boys. So I've got some cubs too. And so that's one that would be for your age. Actually, I wrote one a long time ago. It was only the second book I ever wrote, and it's called Ivan and the Dynamos, and it's a true hockey story. I don't know if you like hockey, but my son played hockey and he was on a hockey team, and they pretended they were a real Russian hockey team. And so all the kids, their team was the Dynamos, and all the kids had Russian names, and their Russian names were on their jerseys.
Oh, that's
So it
fun.
was really fun. And at the end of the season, I just got thinking about everything that happened while they were, because it was like they were pretending, but it was real hockey. It was a real league, but they had this fantasy going on at the same time. And it just made it so fun for the kids. And, they didn't finish in first place, but all the other teams in the league were so jealous because they said they're having so much fun. And it just, they still learn. It was still a serious hockey game, but they could have fun while they were learning to play. And so at the end of the season, I thought, what a great idea for a story. And one of the fathers actually um, was the sports reporter. So after every game, he would highlight the events of the game and who scored. And every week he would interview one of the kids. So I had all that material to invest into the book. So anyway, that was a long time ago. I think it came out in 1996.
What's the
Um,
title of it?
it's called Ivan and the Dynamos.
Yeah.
This guy is a reader.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I can get you one. I still have some. So
And what's the one that's out still currently? 300?
Our Daily Bread for Kids.
Our
And
daily.
that is, the subtitle is 365 Meaningful Moments with God, but Our Daily Bread for Kids. And that one it's still out there. And well, it's only been 5 years, but it's stayed way at the top on Amazon for 5 years. So
Wow, we're going to show off this book just so that people know if they want to give their kids lessons. This is the ice cream song, and you write for. Tell us a little bit about your piano writing.
I write for Randy and Nancy Faber. They go by Faber and Faber, and they write all the piano adventure books. And I've done some sheet music for them. Now they're starting to do some things online. So I also write little stories and songs for their website, and just whatever. Nancy is so creative, and she comes up with the ideas. A lot of times she'll come up, sometimes she'll just send me a list of 20 titles and say, write lyrics to these titles. And I love doing that. I love, you know, working.
That would be really fun.
It's really fun. And then she prefers to put um, music to my lyrics. And sometimes, she'll switch up the words a little bit, but she said that, I said, her titles inspire my lyrics. And she said, my lyrics inspire her music. So it kind of goes back and forth. When I first started writing for them, they had several beginner piano books that were just titles and music with no words. And so they sent those to me, and I put words to all of those. And they said that what they found is that when there were words, lyrics to the song, that the children learned to play them faster.
I think that's a.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, it kind of makes sense, but because they would read the words while they're learning the music, and they said it really enhanced the learning experience for the child. So
For me, being a singer and now a budding harpist, Right. We're doing a duet on harp and piano together, but the big problem is that my piano is way out of tune. So that kind of cracks us up. But for me, being a singer, because I was teaching the boy cubs piano, I wanted them to match their voices to piano and learn a little bit and gain confidence. So now when they go to homeschool choir concerts, they do a one-piece recital in the concert, but they also sing it. They're the only ones who do it.
Wow.
The other ones, they play their instruments, but nobody else has sung their songs.
Well, one kid did that.
The last time? We've been giving them good ideas. But I think it gives them a
And
lot of
that
confidence.
kid could play like 7-ish songs from memory.
Holy cow, we're not quite there.
And he
But
was
we're gonna
doing
get
a
there.
little bit of drums.
Wow. We're not there yet, but hey, there's always somebody who's better that you can aspire to that gives
That's
you
right.
good ideas.
That's right.
But I have them sing now when they do their recitals because I want them to gain that sense of confidence. I want them to get their ear tuned to music and to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And we did Christmas recital. All of the boy cubs, and even my son-in-law and my daughter, and who else did it? Auntie Jamie, Uncle Adam, all of you guys. Boy cubs 1, 2, 6, 4, 5. They all played a song and piano, and it was part of our Christmas Eve celebration.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. So this coming Christmas Eve, Grammy has to perform on harp too. So that's really interesting.
Better start practicing.
I am. Because I've only had it for a couple of months, so I got it in middle of April.
Yeah.
When I went down for Boy Cub 7's birth in Texas, and then I started learning, so that was really fun. But
So you are in Washington State.
no, we're in Missoula, Montana. But
Oh, you're in Montana.
we're in Montana. But I drove down 2,000 miles to Texas for my daughter's first baby to be born, and had to do the quarantining and all that stuff, and then drove 2,000 miles back. So Grammy was gone a month. So these guys had some very intermittent, like one time they did their piano lesson while I was driving. So I turned it on my phone and I just listened on FaceTime. And I listened while I was driving, and I'd say, nope, go back and do this. Nope, go back. That was a fun one.
And my grandkids had their, up until last week, they had their piano lessons over Skype.
Yeah, and I wondered if his teacher would do that, but she didn't do that. So I've been taking some harp off of YouTube, and then I ordered a class on Udemy, and I've done harp beginning 1 on Udemy, and I'm in harp beginning 2 on Udemy, which is udemy.com, in case there's people that want to know what that is. And for those that are watching, what we're going to do is put Miss Crystal Bowman's books that we've mentioned in the description. When we post this, we'll post it on YouTube and Facebook in our website, the christianauthors.network.com. And that way, you'll be able to see what books we've been talking about. We'll include the piano books, and we'll include the Our Daily Bread 365.
Our Daily Bread for Kids.
Our Daily Bread for Kids. And then we'll also include the boys hockey team. And tell us the name of that again.
That's Ivan and the Dynamos, but that's probably not available anymore.
Well, let's still include it because we talked about it.
And also, I have Our Daily Bread for Preschoolers. So if you have little ones, it's a younger version. The Daily Bread for Kids is more, 6 to 12, but the Daily Bread for Preschoolers is obviously for preschoolers. So they're just a little bit shorter. And then I also have one that's really fun for kids who are learning to read, like maybe, kindergarten first, even up to 2nd grade. It's just called Devotions for Beginning Readers.
Oh, and nice.
That one, it's real.
Brother who's
it's real uplifting. It's real encouraging, and they're short, and I taught preschool, and I have a lot of experience with beginning reader books. I write for the I Can Read series. I've written dozens of books for them. And so it's really designed for, the child who's learning to read. So you have to keep it simple and light because they're decoding words while they're trying to absorb the content. And we have each day has a vocabulary word. And it's a book too that if your kids are just starting to read, maybe it's something you want to start by reading with them, and then eventually, they'll be able.
Big brothers can read with me.
Yes, big brothers, or take turns, and so that's a really fun one too. So, Our Daily Bread for Preschoolers, Our Daily Bread for Kids, and then Devotions for Beginning Readers. Those are some fun books. So.
Thank you very much. I think this is
so welcome. This was so fun.
It's really fun, and I think especially when you run across a friend's name in a book and you don't expect it, that's just so cool. So
I know I have a friend whose daughter was giving piano lessons to her daughter. All right, so it was like, and so it was my friend's granddaughter, but the mother was giving the lessons. And then she took a picture of the song, and then she texted it to my friend, and she said, "Is this your Crystal Bowman?" And she said, "Yes, it is." And she said, "I see her name all over this book."
Yeah, we went through and we were looking, and we
found at least like 5 songs with your name on it.
And then I looked up your website because, of course, I know you, and I was like, "That's her! That's her!"
That's her.
It was so much fun. So, not just being your friend, but also being the president of the Christian Authors Network that you are a part of, it made me really happy and proud that I was sharing your material with my own grandson. And
well, I sure appreciate everything you do for CAN. That organization it's such a gift to writers, and it's so great for networking, and it's such a great thing to be a part of. And so I always really appreciate the people who are on the board, and especially you, who, you are the queen of CAN. So.
I appreciate that. Thank you. No, everybody does their hard work. But thank you. I'm really glad to have you as a member and to be able to do something really fun like this and share it with the world, because it's the most awesome opportunity that we have to share love and joy with children, from music, appreciation, reading. It's just amazing. And not being a children's author myself, it's just awesome to be able to turn to somebody that I trust for that. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Piper, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you for playing. I don't, other than my grandkids, I've never heard anyone play my songs.
Oh, that's so cool.
So my granddaughter played one of my songs at her piano recital, and the teacher forgot to say that I wrote it. But I've never been able to listen to someone play one of my songs. So this was a really special time for me. Really special.
Thank you, Miss Crystal.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for playing that song. It was great to hear it. It was so great to hear it.
We are so glad we could be with you.
This was so fun. Thank you for letting me be a little part of your day, and just keep practicing.